Welcome to Soundwave Conversations. I'm Alyssa Bell.
My name is Ezgi Karakush.
And today we're just going to be answering some parent questions of our students. So let's go ahead and jump in with Michelle's questions.
So the question is, what is the best advice you could give to young people looking to pursue music after high school when picking their classes for the remainder of high school? Does that matter?
You want to start?
Well, yeah, sure. My experience is completely different because I studied in Turkey and the education system for music was like really different. So I didn't really go to public high school. I started at conservatory right away, and I didn't have chance to take any like future college classes and stuff. I didn't have that opportunity. But I think my advice will be take as many classes you can for the college degree, so then you have more time to actually focus on your instrument. Other than that, I think you should really answer this question because you experienced that when you were in high school.
Yeah,
here.
So when I was in high school, it was about at the end of my freshman year that I think I knew that I was going to major in music. I wasn't sure if I was going to be a performance major or an education major or, what I was going to do. But I kind of used that knowledge to help me shape what I was going to do for the rest of my high school classes. And so for me, I kind of got all my core classes out of the way as soon as possible in my freshman and sophomore year, and then I tried to kind of focus on other music experiences I could do at the high school that I went to take advantage of. So music theory, and I joined band, I was in orchestra, and so I kind of tried to get as much experience as I could that was offered at the school, and then I also took a few college dual credit courses as well. And so the way I knew, though, that like which courses would transfer is I actually went to the websites of my schools and the advisors of the schools that I thought I might want to go to. So you could check, lots of state music schools, conservatories and things like that, and see which places will actually accept dual credit courses for you. So if you're taking a college algebra course in high school,
that's great.
Yeah, you can check and see, like, do these schools that I think I might be interested in going to, are they going to actually accept this, or is it worth my time to do it? And that's where I would start, actually, is just by looking to see what these colleges require for their degree programs. So if you're not sure about whether you're going to major in music or minor in music or do music education or performance or that kind of thing, I would look at all of those programs and see what things they all have in common that are required, and then check and see which schools will accept these dual credit courses or AP courses that you're taking, because some of them won't, unfortunately, and some of them will, which is really nice. Do you have anything to add on that?
Yeah, so other than, picking, like, classes and stuff, I think if the students wants to pursue music after high school, they should be really involved in the music scene, wherever they are, and try to, like, get experiences about, like, solo playing, about ensemble playing, everything. So then actually they are familiar with their courses in college, because they will be taking, like chamber music, like chamber ensemble, orchestra,
music
theory, like ear training,
sight singing,
and all those things actually, like, it's always better to be familiar with before you start. Otherwise, it can be very challenging in a way.
There are many people I knew in my undergrad who had to, like, retake music theory classes and things like that.
Yes, I had to.
Yeah, and even in master's programs.
So when I was doing my master, I had to take ear training classes and sight singing because I had to learn movable though. Yeah, they don't it was kind of challenging. So it's always good to be, like, familiar before, so then you are good to go.
Yeah. She says, does it matter what courses we take or what they plan on taking? I think that's just a follow-up question. And I would just say, everyone kind of chooses their path and it ends up working out. for what they want to do. Obviously, if you know that you're going to major in music and you're going to be a performance major and these are the courses you need and you plan your high school in that way, that's going to be beneficial because you probably won't have to take as many classes in college or repeat things.
Yeah.
But the fact is, that a lot of times we get there and we're kind of deciding what we want to do and we kind of figure it out as we're going. And if you can do some things along the way to kind of help prepare you for what you think you're going to do, I think that's helpful.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that's how I would answer that.
Yeah.
That follow-up question there.
Okay, so
Great.
Second question.
This came from Kristen Collins.
Okay. Why, what, when, or who was the reason for your desire to pursue music?
This is a loaded question. No. So for me, I had a lot of influences when I was deciding that I wanted to pursue music. I obviously had the advantage of growing up with two music teachers as parents, and my brother was into music and stuff like that, so I was really surrounded by it. So for me, it was like, it was always an option to do, and it wasn't something that I didn't consider. But there was a moment, actually, that when I realized, I was like, this is really cool and I want to be a part of this thing. And actually, the moment was I had gone to, my brother is a couple years older than me, and I had gone to one of his youth symphony performances. And I wasn't in youth symphony or anything at that time. I think I was a freshman or in 8th grade or something. And so I liked music and I liked playing and stuff, but I wasn't sure I wanted to do it at that point. But then I went and I saw this performance, and it was the first time I had seen, other students my age performing in that type of setting, high level performance, and I was really inspired by that performance, and I was like, I want to be a part of this ensemble, and that's kind of where it started. And then I had joined a couple of chamber music workshops and done some chamber music in school, and those were also a big part of me kind of deciding I wanted to do it, and having friends that were really into it, we were kind of working together and pushing each other by practicing and, performing for each other and that kind of thing. It was a lot of peer influenced things for me. That was kind of my moment.
Yeah,
what about
so
you?
my experience is, again, really different from Alyssa. So I'm the only musician in my family, and when I think my desire was always playing an instrument. So, I wanted to play an instrument. That was when I was 9 years old, and we had to search through jump through some different instruments to see what is my thing, basically. So one of my neighbor was playing an instrument, and she's my age, so I start asking her what is it, where do you go, what do you do, and then I start taking ear training classes. And why I was taking that courses, my parents were taking me to lots of live concerts, classical music concerts. And one day, Bremen String Quartet from Germany, they were in my city and came for a concert. When I saw the cello, I still remember that person playing the cello. And I think I was 10 or 11 years old. I told my dad, I was like, this is it. I want to play that, and my parents were like, okay, they didn't even know what to do, and how we are gonna find it. Never forget, I just put that in my mind, and I want to play that, and well, it's actually really difficult to choose your own instruments too when you are getting into conservatory. So after you pass ear training, they put you in this concert hall. All the students sits with their name tag and with an age. So all teachers comes to that hall.
And how old are you when you do that?
Oh, 11.
11.
Because you still have to do, you're in middle school. You have to learn. You have to go to the, middle school.
Got it.
Plus conservatory. So it's kind of the beginning of your journey. But everything is kind of related, I feel how I started, and my desire was just playing an instrument, and then I saw this cellist, and I'm like, I want to play that, and everything kind of was related to that, you know. I never forget, like, cello teacher came to me and I was like, I want to play the cello, you know, and like he kind of like looked at my fingers and, you know, how like tall my arms are, and, you know, asked me question, am I right-handed or left-handed? That's how I started. It wasn't just like a, you know, oh, I'm just doing this as a hobby. Like, I really focused on one thing, you know, and I didn't really like made myself go everywhere. You know, I mean, I don't have that chance either.
Yeah.
You know? And I think that's really important for kids to learn here, especially, like...
In the States.
In the States, that's what I meant. Okay, so you are doing lots of things.
Yeah.
So are you really getting good at anything this way? You know? So, like, it kind of, like, stops you in a way.
Yeah.
You learn lots of things, yay, good, but, like, are you getting anywhere? Because you don't have time to, you know, practice.
So I think overall, a big influence of going into music, deciding to make music a career, and there are a million other questions that you can, please feel free to leave comments on the video if you have more questions, and we can do a follow-up video later on. But I think the main thing is just, you know, kind of trying to tap into what is it that you're passionate about, putting the time and energy into that, and then, you know, choosing how you want to surround yourself from there. And we're not saying, you know, don't do sports, don't do other music things.
No.
We're just saying that, you know, you kind of want to know what your end goal is. Even if you're not sure, you want to have an idea. You want to have a goal in mind, and you want to have kind of some steps that you think will get you to that point. And whether that's choosing your classes based on majoring in music or minoring in music or whatever it is, or deciding to surround yourself with other people who are like you by joining things like Soundwave Academy and Youth Symphony and other music festivals and things like that. I think anything that you plan on doing to reach that goal will help get you there.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's okay if that goal changes along the way, because it does for many of us.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much for listening to Soundwave Conversations. And if you have any comments or questions or more ideas and opinions, please post under this video.
Yeah, and feel free to visit our website at soundwaveacademykc.com to find out more information on upcoming events as well as our upcoming semester. We got it. Let's do a closing thing where we just say.
Closing thing.
Yeah, get your coffee.
Well, thank you for listening to Soundwave Conversations.
Please go to... Let's do it again.